A Las Vegas couple is waging an intense legal battle with the former production company of HGTV's Property Brothers after their home was allegedly left in complete shambles. Now, HGTV has many different shows. A lot of them actually have home renovations as part of their programming. And there have been a lot of stories in the news in recent years where people who were chosen to have their homes remodeled as part of these shows, these reality shows, ended up with all sorts of construction issues, to put it mildly. And this couple is claiming the same. So after they got married in 2018, Paul and Mindy King purchased a home and entered into an agreement with Jonathan and Drew Scott, those are the hosts of the show Property Brothers, to update and renovate their dream home. Now, the Kings paid them $200,000 upfront to do this. So I think there's also this thought process of, since they're part of the show, they get these home renovations for free, but that's not necessarily the case. And it wasn't the case according to what the Kings are claiming here. And from first glance, the renovations looked okay. They look nice. That looks totally fine. But if you've ever been in a home that's been flipped, meaning an investor bought it, spit on some tile, and then put it on a wall, it might look good, but then an hour after you move into your new home, everything starts falling apart. So be careful when you're moving into a newly flipped home or a turnkey home. Is it really turnkey? Is it? Now, they claim that the beautiful looking home or interior was all a facade because underneath it all, that beauty is a disaster, according to their lawsuit. In the lawsuit filed in Clark County District Court, the Kings claimed Cineflix, the production company the Scotts were working with at the time, and Villa Construction delivered the exact opposite of a makeover. Their home was left with a moldy dishwasher deemed a biohazard by inspectors, sewage leaking into their cupboards, and a sink that collapsed into their kitchen island, according to court documents. So Jonathan and Drew Scott are not named as defendants in the lawsuit. I want to be clear about that. But the Kings have stated that they might add them as defendants later. And here are some photos of the shoddy work the Kings have allegedly received. They provided these images to a local news station, 8 News Now to be exact. So in the first photo on the left, it's a pipe under the sink where sludge and stuff from the sewer was leaking out.
Pausing here to deliver some honest truth as we do in our news coverage as well. TYT is facing challenges, guys, as the entire industry is. You know who could make the difference? You. If you hit the join button below, it's gonna make all the difference and keep us in business. We appreciate you, thank you.
It's pretty bad, and it destroyed the cabinet. The second photo, wrong size gas line / pipe, making their stove range unusable for the past 4 years. The third photo is their sink at their island bar, which fell through the counter. How does that even happen? That's amazing. And then the fourth photo is a mold buildup in their dishwasher that was deemed a biohazard, resulting in the entire dishwasher unit being removed. And according to the lawsuit, they claim that Cineflix allegedly wasn't licensed in the state of Nevada in order to perform this work. That's what they're claiming. Obviously, this will have to be proven in court. And Villa Construction didn't have the necessary expertise to conduct this remodeling work. The Kings believe that they are not liable for the defects, and the production company needs to pay up, especially when you look at the contract. So the contractual agreement with Cineflix states that the Kings are entitled to $5,000 each day if their deficiencies aren't corrected past the agreed upon completion date. That date was May of 2019. So there's more details to get, it's bad. There's more details to get into. And look, without getting into details, because I don't want to get anyone in trouble, I personally know someone who was chosen to have their home remodeled as one of these shows, not Property Brothers to be sure, but one of these, it is HGTV, but one of the HGTV shows. They destroyed the house. It was bad. I saw it, it was bad. So it is not far-fetched to claim that maybe they did shoddy work, but it obviously would need to be proven in court. What do you think, Sean?
Okay, I think first of all, I want you to text me the name, because I still have my fingers crossed that Jasmine Roth is gonna help me out at some point. But yeah, so not super surprised by it. For two reasons. First of all, the thing that makes you a compelling presence to host a show, or even to make choices that look good when you film something, like an eye for colors and things like that, that has nothing to do with the quality of the work. Why would it? Like maybe they take their work seriously or do a good job. First of all, most of the people that are on TV, they're not the ones doing the work anyway. No. Like they might be making the choices, and ideally they will, and maybe they participate in demo day for a little bit. But yeah, it doesn't have anything to do with the quality of the work. And also, this has been kind of like a constant in reality shows. I used to love American Chopper, where this family that would bicker would make custom motorcycles. People talked about how much trouble those motorcycles had. And why would you be surprised by that? You only have to film them for a couple of minutes. People have to live with them for months or years. And the same for a house. And by the way, lots of people's contractors have issues and stuff like that. I guess maybe you expect more when it's being televised, when a network is making money off of your house, when you're handing over so much money. I think that you're allowed to have higher expectations. And the pictures that we saw, that's $200,000. You expect more than your sink falling through the top of your island.
You know, the one thing that I've learned as an American living in America who was also raised in America is that you get what you pay for, unfortunately, right? Like you do. And nothing is like, there are no real free lunches. And even in this case, they did pay $200,000 up front, but it would have been better for them to not go through this reality TV route, and instead $200,000 is a lot of money to remodel a house. That's a lot of money to remodel a house. Like they could have hired a licensed general contractor to do the work, and there would be a little more, I would think, accountability in that avenue. But the other thing that I'll say is, you know, I think living in America, you're used to having certain privileges and luxuries, right? And so I think a lot of Americans kind of went in the white collar work route and kind of forgot some of the handier things that people did in generations before, younger generations. Like they would do a lot of the handiwork around the home themselves. And so save money and try to learn to do some of this. If you like to be handy, I know not everyone's like that, but there's a lot of satisfaction that comes from learning how the electrical system works in your home, or how the plumbing works. Like what can you actually do on your own without hiring a plumber? Like, and there's so many resources out there at your disposal because of the internet. And so when we needed to replace our toilet, we did it. We learned how to do it and we did it instead of hiring a plumber and paying him $500 to do it, you know? So those options are available too. Obviously, there's other very complicated things to update your home, like let's say replacing a bathtub or retiling your shower. There's a lot of waterproofing. You don't want to get that wrong, but when it comes to
you can handle like the electrical and stuff. Like I think beginner. I'm joking. I'm totally joking.
No, but you can. You can change your light. You could totally change your light fixtures.
Okay, I'm talking about like wiring or something.
No, don't do that. Don't do the wiring. That's a bad idea. And you do need to make sure you're working with someone who's licensed, because you could literally like start a fire in your home and that would be a disaster. But yeah, I just think, you know, especially if you're gonna have to pay for the renovations yourself, don't do it through a reality show. Hire a general contractor, shop around, find the best person to do the job, and don't get screwed over like this poor couple allegedly did. So we'll see what ends up happening in this case, but I thought it was a fascinating one. Very sad to hear that the Property Brothers are involved in this suit, or at least their show is involved in the suit. I happen to really like the show. I'm actually a fan of HGTV, but what do you mean?
It's not one of the ones that I watch. I did see that Two Chicks and a Hammer were on the list of some other ones that I did.
What?
And I really like them. I think that they're awesome.
I'm sure you do, John.
But
I'm sure you do.
It's Good Bones.
Please stop talking.
That's the name of the show. Two Chicks with a Hammer is their construction company. Good Bones is the show. Get off my back. It's a good show.
Thanks for watching. If you become a member, you get to watch all this ad-free, except for, of course, this ad. Still, hit the join button below.